Hello and welcome to Board Game TV. It's Decked Wednesday and we're playing Slaughterville. And we have to go after the serial killer. Combat of 5, and it says this person has gotten away with murder in every town that he or she has visited. No one has been able to catch this person and the body count rises. The killer lives for the chase. Now Slaughterville has been chosen as the next hunting ground. Will you stop this monster before he or she decides that you are not a worthy opponent and slips off to another town to find a real challenge? You have 10 days to hunt down and stop this killer. And this is our marker here. We start at 1. Of course, the killer is going to be at black. It says the player can detach a clue to investigate the serial killer. In order to investigate, that player must make a observation check against the serial killer's combat. If the player is successful, he or she is able to figure out the patterns of the movements and killings of the serial killer, and the serial killer flips cards face up as if it were damaged from combat. Villain turn. Advance the marker on the player's starting area by 1. If the players win when the serial killer is discovered and the serial killer deck is depleted. Serial killer wins if the marker reaches 10 and the serial killer has escaped. So this is when we have a timer here. Our heroes, red, is going to be the Snoop. And he has split up and search for clues. Any players at your current location may move to another location if able and explore the location for free. White is the spiritualist. Automatically send the villain to the villain's starting area or exercise an undead ghost or demon enemy. If you exercise an undead ghost or demon enemy, discard that enemy but gain no clue. And the detective. When you make a successful observation or combat check, discard an item in order to gain a clue. Only one item may be discarded per check. You may look at the top 5 cards of any deck and put them back in any order. So that's where we're at on this. We have the prison, the antique store, the asylum, the residential neighborhood, and the cabins. So player 1 will go, and player 1 will go to the prison. If the player is at a prison, he or she may detach an item to gain half of its bonus, rounded up to any attribute for the rest of his turn. Okay, let's see what we get. We have prison doctor. While exploring the abandoned section of the prison, you fell down a flight of stairs. You end up in the prison medical facility. A tall, sarcastic man with a cane walks into the room. After berating you for a while, he agrees that the only way you will live through any of this is to have him along. Attach prison doctor. You may detach to heal yourself and another person at location for 1d6 damage. Okay. Alright, next up is the spiritualist. She's going to 3, the asylum. If a player is at the asylum at the beginning of his or her turn, he must make a mind check. If a player succeeds, he gains +1 to all single tribute checks while at the asylum. If a player fails, he loses 1 action. Safe for now. Okay. And last but not least is the detective. And he gets 1. He's going to the prison as well. Teach you a lesson. Some people in town are not happy with you. They arrange for you and anyone else to be taught a lesson. Can you make it out alive? Move all players to the prison, starting with the first player and continuing clockwise. Each player must fight angry criminal. Alright, well, angry criminal has a combat of 3. The Snoop has a combat of 2. And it's a tie. So it's fine, nothing happens there. Alright, the spiritualist has a combat of 2. Move her to the prison. And that's a tie. So nothing happens there. And our detective has a combat of 3. Sorry, 2. Oops. Well, I rolled 1 extra. Let's roll that again. Okay, well, it's still a tie. Okay, and actually the detective won. So And it defeats the angry criminal, give another player +1 combat. Well, But he did gain a clue from that because he beat the guy. But that's the end of the turn. Let's go ahead and move marker to 2. Let's see our villain card. The serial killer tires of your inept behavior and attacks you. The first player must engage in a single combat round against the serial killer. If the serial killer wins, the first player detaches 1 to 3 clues. If the first player wins, the first player gains a clue. Okay, well, the first player has a combat of 2. The serial killer has a combat of 5. Eek. It's not good. Oh, wow. Okay, so the serial killer won. It doesn't have any clues attached, but he did 2 damage to the Snoop. Okay. That is the end of the turn. The first player is now the spiritualist. Alright, so let's do the spiritualist. She's going to the asylum. Dr. Michaels. You find Dr. Michaels wandering the halls of the asylum. He tells you that he used to work here and wants to stop the evil that caused the place to close. Attach Dr. Detached to heal any character. Okay. The detective. Now, it's his turn. He has an observation of 2. He's going to detach a clue. Try. Well, no, I'm not going to detach it. I don't need to try to get my observation better. Because I was only 2 to 5. So I'm not going to detach it yet. He's going to go, well, he's back here at the entrance. So nothing's going to happen. And the Snoop is at the cabins. If the villain is at the cabins at the beginning of the villain turn, the villain shuffles 1 random card from the villain discard pile back into the villain deck. And we have glass bottom boat. Eager to see the lakes of Slaughterville, you take out the camp's glass bottom boat. Roll 1d6. 2. As you near the center of the large lake, the glass cracks. You start swimming towards the shore. Make another check here. Okay. Passed. If you succeed, discard it. Okay. Well, alright. And that is the end of the turn. We are on day 3 now. And let us see what the serial killer will do. An impossible choice. Move all players except the first player to the same random location. Okay, so all players except the first player are going to the entrance. Okay. Serial killer. The serial killer has these players tied up and is going to harm one. Which one? That is up to first. The chosen player takes 1d6 damage. Okay. The Snoop is going to take 1d6 damage. Takes 1. It's lucky. Okay. Now the first player is the detective. And he's going to 1. The prison. The creature is right behind you. You burst through the door into the prison yard. The inmates are in confusion, anger, and indifference. Can you convince them to help you? Well, let's see. Make a mind check. Yes. An observation check. Yes. Gain +2 for this encounter. Split explodes at a door. Okay. So I'm going to get 5, and he's going to get 5. 5. Let's see. Okay, he got 3, 4. And I didn't get any. Wow. I took 4 pops for that. Wow. That was bad. Wow. Okay. White. Alright, Snoop. He goes to 1 as well. He's at the prison too. Man. Don't drop the soap. The prison showers have always been a frightening place. Someone asked to meet you here. Roll a 1d6. 1. You're surrounded by supporters of the villain. They want to see the villain take over and determine to remove you criminals. Or 4. Wow, okay. 4. He has 2. Alright, he got popped twice. So he's not 5. He's going to have to... It's going to be the end of his turn, and we're going to have to detach him to heal 2 damage. So the prison doctor... Wow. Okay, the spiritualist. 2 is going to the antique store. If a player is at the antique store during his or her turn, he or she may detach an item to shuffle the antique store discard pile back into the deck. Puzzle box. An ornate box lies on the shelf. Roll 1d6. 4. You open the box, releasing a horrifying demon. Okay. Alright, that has 5 combat. She has 2 combat. Okay, we're going to play safe for now. We will not have to combat. And that is the end of the turn. So let's move our marker to 4. And the serial killer is a blade in the dark. Walking past the dark of the slaughterville, a flash of light catches your eye. Are you fast enough to make it? The first player must make a speed check. Does not. Here she fails, takes 1d6 damage. Okay, this could be it. Well, hold on, I would have did Dr. Michaels to heal any character, yeah. 5 damage to our guy here, and therefore the detective has been killed. Oh, I forgot to do that check. Hold on. No, okay, 5 damage. The detective is dead. Wow. This is turning into very hard. Okay, so our first player is now the Snoop. And he stays at the prison. Safe for now. Okay. And the spiritualist is going to 4. That's the residential neighborhood. If a player is in the residential neighborhood at the beginning of his or her turn, that player must choose one ally and roll a d6. The ally was never on your side. Detach an ally 5 through 6. The bonus of the ally, double the bonus. Okay. Gardener. Attach gardener to game +1. Okay. And now the serial killer. We are halfway through. Secret place. You wake to find that the serial killer is sharpening a blade. A thick plastic curtain separates the two of you. A noise outside causes him to rush outside. Can you escape? Move the first player, okay, to a random location. Okay, the cabins. Alright. The first player must make a speed check. Okay, he has a speed of 2. He passes. If the first player, if he succeeds, move him or her to another location. Okay, it's going to go to 4, the residential neighborhood. Wow, okay. And that's the end of that turn. Okay, so let's start with our spiritualist. Our spiritualist is going to go and goes to the asylum. Let's see here. It says EVP. A small burst of static catches your attention. You follow the sound to a small recording device. Who would leave something like this lying around? You decide to play back the last message. Behind the static, you could swear you hear a faint voice speaking to you. Make an observation check. If you succeed, find a clue. Okay, her observation is 3. She succeeds, so she finds a clue. Okay, now we're going to take a risk. Still her turn. She's going to detach this clue. And she's going to go against the serial killer. Let's see what can happen. Okay, well, it's a tie, actually, so nothing happens. It's not good luck. Alright, well, next up, the Snoop. He goes to 3 as well. So, operating room. Roll 1 die. 1. You see a glint on the floor and pick up a scalpel. Attach operating room to gain +1 combat. Okay. Excuse me. So now it's the serial killer's room. I've been forgetting to roll for him. We're going to move it to 6. See where he goes. So we'll just see where he goes. He goes to 6. He's going to stay there. And then we take the top card. Wild Goose Chase. The serial killer is taunting you. Hints as to where the next body will fall or left on your doorstep. Move the first player to a random location. Alright. The first player is going to go to, alright, the prison. The first player flips cards face up from that location's deck until he or she finds an ally. Okay. Okay, well, there's one right here. The first player attaches an ally. Okay. Then the first player must flip cards face up from a different location of his or her choice until he or she finds another ally. Remove that ally from the game. Well, we haven't been to the residential neighborhood, so let's go to the residential neighborhood. Let's see if we can find an ally. Oh, there's one, and we remove it from the game. Okay. Alright, now the Snoop is the first player. We go to 2. The antique store. Crystal ball. You stare into the crystal ball. Roll a die. 5. A demon appears. Oh boy. Alright, well, yeah. We do have +1 combat. We're going to play safe for now, actually. And we're just going to not fight the demon. Alright, second player is going to go. 6, and it goes to Slaughterville. We'll be safe. Now the serial killer's turn. It goes to 5 to the cabins. Special present. A beautifully wrapped box appears on your doorstep. There is no note and no return address. What's in the box? You open the box and see a head inside. Move the first player to a random location. Alright. First player is going to stay there. Flips cards until he finds an ally. Oh boy. Come on. Okay, here we go. The first player removes the ally from the game. Okay. Then the first player must make a mind check. Alright, and that is 2. Alright, well, it passed. So we passed. Okay. Next up is the Spiritualist. She's the first player. And she's going to stay there. Okay. Snoop is going to move back to the prison. Riot. It's clear that the fire has happened recently. Voices rise in anger. Hands grab you from behind, shove you against the wall. They seem solid enough, though you can see through the person. Roll a die. 2. A guard looks at you, stares at you. Make a observation check. Okay. Observation of 3. Failed. Oh boy. If you succeed. Okay, well, there's nothing bad happens if we fail. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're gonna go to prison as well. Oops, no, sorry, that's the end of the turn. It's the serial killer's gonna go. The serial killer rolls a 1 and will attack our Snoop here. 5. So it's 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 to 1. So I'm going to take 2 more damage. Snoop does. Yeesh. And then, of course, we have to move that. The trail's gone cold. The clues led to this spot. This should be the location of the serial killer. Nothing is here. The first player must make an observation will check. Okay. Mind check. We'll do the hard one first. Failed. Okay, well, nothing there. So now the Snoop is going to go. Goes to 4. The residential neighborhood. Diary. In the musty basement, you find the decaying body of one of Slaughterville's former residents. Is his hand? In his hand is a leather-bound journal. Will it be useful? Make a mind check. Okay. Failed. All right. Wow, you could have. Man, too bad I couldn't get that. We could have did damage to the villain, but all right. Up is the spiritualist. She goes to the cabins. Baseball bat. The camp has been loaned for excellent sports at baseball as a crowning achievement. On the wall they hold one of their winning backs from a championship game, +1. Okay. Serial killer, we're going to move it to 9. He's going to stay at the prison. Plan ahead. Just when you thought that you had things figured out, the pattern changes. The first player shuffles 1d6 random cards from the serial killer discard pile back into the serial killer deck. Okay, well that's not a very good. He's going to do 4 cards. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then okay, and now it is the spiritualist's turn. Spiritualist goes back here, and the Snoop is at the prison. Chi-Chi. An inmate is eating something from a large plastic bag. He notices you watching and offers you some. Do you take it? Well, let's see. You decide to be adventurous. He tells you that this is Chi-Chi and it's a prison snack. You take the offered spork and dig in. Now you can keep it. Can you keep it in? Make a mind check. We passed, and I can heal. Well, I should roll this die here. I heal 1 damage. Okay. And that is the end of the turn. So it is now, what is that? Turn 10. We'll move it to here. This is the last round. Let's see where the serial killer goes. Goes here. But he'll be safe there. And we pick a card. Secret place. You wait to find. Oh, okay. Move the first player to a random location. Alright. First player is going to here. Let's make a speed check. Which is 2. It's actually 3. Passes. The first player succeeds. Move her to another location. Okay, 4. Okay. And our last round. The Snoop is going to go stay there at the prison. I'm innocent. The voice claims innocence and is begging for your help. He says that he was taken from town. Roll 1d6. 5. You leave him. A growl fills the cell and he's devoured instantly. The creature tears the steel bars like paper. Make a speed check. Okay, 2. Pass. Okay, well he passed. Okay, and we're going to the antique store here. Stern customer. The person knows what she wants and is not afraid to step on someone to get it. She walks into the antique store looking for a certain object. She says that she is a collector. She laughs at the shopkeeper's first offer and manages to get it for half price. She turns around and notices you. She says she will help you but it will cost you. You may detach an item if you do gain the stern customer. Okay, I have the baseball bat. That's the only item I have, and I want to keep it, so yeah. And now the last turn, so the serial killer will just roll. He goes to 5, and we'll do the last card here. Don't I know you? You are certain that the person you just saw is a serial killer. Can you prove it? The first player must make an observation and mind check. Okay, we'll start with mind. Pass. And we have observation. Pass. To accuse the person. If the first player succeeds, he deals 1d3 damage to the serial killer. Okay. 2. So 1, 2, and that's it. And that is it for the game. We lost. As you can see, this played very differently. We lost the detective pretty on, and the serial killer just leaves. So, okay. Well, that was Slaughterville, the serial killer. Well, next time on Decked Wednesday, we'll play another game. Next time we play Slaughterville, we will, of course, have a new villain and new heroes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you soon, and until then, have fun.